and metal beasts, the African strike kestrel. New mighty winter vehicles are going to be featured in Metal Beasts pretty soon, but today we'd like to introduce you to a unique combat helicopter coming from South Africa. Please welcome the Rooivalk Mk1F CSH. Its name means kestrel in English. It has a classic helicopter design with two rotors, one main, helped by another one on the tail. The vehicle is propelled by two turboshaft engines. The central part of the fuselage houses self-sealing fuel tanks, and the nose carries a turret with a 20mm autocannon and a total ammo pool of 700 rounds. The crew is protected by composite armor seats. The helicopter can carry rockets, ATGMs, and guided air-to-air missiles. Much like most helicopters, the Rooivalk can be used in two primary ways. Number one is arming it with rockets and air-to-air missiles. You can take these even at the start of the battle. The tactic is straightforward, but requires quite a bit of skill from the pilot. Choose the spawn point closest to the tank mount. The faster you get to the enemy, the more your effect of surprise. You'll need to fly ultra-low, dodging obstacles and almost shaving the trees with your rotor. Go around the tank map along the side of your choosing and turn for the attack. Your priority areas are spawn points and the closest exits to them. That's where your chances of finding targets are the highest. Once you spot one, make a couple salvos depending on how thick your target is, and turn to cover right after. The longer your attack, the lower your chances of making it back whole. Rockets rarely have issues damaging tanks. A couple of penetrations are usually enough, and those aren't that tricky with a ballistic computer. Just keep in mind that the pylons are pretty wide apart, so you need to aim a bit to the right or left, although this won't take long to get used to. Remember that you have a cannon too. It's not that bad against light vehicles and can save you a few rockets. The main difficulty of this tactic has to do with the Rooivalk's size. South African vehicles are often gigantic, and this heli is no exception. It's an easy target for anything that can shoot up. Moreover, its considerable size affects handling. Inertia becomes a major pain, limiting your activities low above the ground. But all of these flaws can be ignored if you employ tactic number 2, where your main goal is to score enough spawn points to take up to 16 Makopa ATGMs. Their speed, range, and penetration rate exceed even the famous Hellfires. The only thing you need with these is to keep away from the battlefield, launch some missiles, and dodge incoming AA fire. By the way, the Rooivalk has some real good tools for self-defense. First, it has the Mistral air-to-air missile, familiar to most War Thunder players. Second, it has an autocannon turret for fending off those who want to get close. And third, a whole bunch of countermeasures, enough for an entire battle. With all of these, the South African Kestrel makes for one of the best strike helicopters in the game.